a chance.
Okay, like what?
Well, first of all, how come you've been in the ER for 2 years? And
Well, see the producer.
why are you wearing a long white coat? What I want to tell you is there are a few things you got to do around here if you want to get that cervical sub-eye next season.
Oh yeah, like what?
Well, for instance, you got to come early and stay late. Impressions mean everything in a place like this. It's the guy who can brown nose the best that's going to inevitably prevail.
Okay.
Back in medical school, we call that pulling a Brennan.
Oh.
Last time I told you to do a macro stitch, you did a cross stitch. You got to be a little more careful about this stuff, Carter. The things I'm telling you are going to get you places. It's going to get you places.
I know. Okay, great. But you know what, Dr. Ben? I think you're going to find out. Everyone else is going to find out. I've been doing a hell of a lot around here lately.
Good. And another thing, Carter, when you introduce yourself to patients and patients' families, don't introduce yourself as a doctor because you're not. And that's overstepping your bounds a little bit.
Okay, Dr. Ben.
I think Dr. Morgenstern's going to talk to you about that later, but why don't you go get a drink now?
All right, you know what? I'm not going to get a drink, actually. I'm going to go to the X-ray room, see if I can do anybody there. Anything.
The universe of humans is divided into galaxies. The galaxies are divided into solar systems. The solar system is divided into planets. And the planets are divided into time zones and hemispheres. Continents, countries, cities, counties, neighborhoods, blocks, and streets. On these streets are buildings, and in the buildings are rooms. There's a room for every purpose, a room for sleeping, the bedroom, a room for washing, the bathroom, a room for free lunch and comfy chairs with Dave Marcus, the Anderson room. But consider, if you will, a room for calamity, a room for disaster, a room for those who have no room left. Such a room exists in the S-Wing zone. A room where the warm hand of life shakes the cold hand of death, and the hand with the stronger grip owns the day. It's a room where medicine, religion, luck, science, and faith mix under the flashing lights and wailing screams of sirens. Witness, the emergency room.
I can't believe I did that, Susan. I thought I was in control of the situation. Do you think I'm incompetent?
Anybody could have made that mistake under the circumstances. The car accident victims, the casualties from the fire, and all the unconscious students from the biostats class being rushed in.
I suppose you're right. A group like that, I haven't seen anything like that since last year when the community medicine group came.
I still can't believe I tried to induce labor in the wrong patient.
Back me up on this one?
It wasn't your fault, Mark. The beds got switched. And hey, if it's any consolation, take away the broad shoulders, trim waist, facial hair, and that priest looked a lot like that pregnant lady.
Come the boy! Give me the boy! We found him in the student lab! He was stealing lunches from the refrigerator! Terrorist Narcotic Squad was threatening to break his kneecaps. Nausea and vomiting. BP 80/60, pulse 110, respiration 30. Okay, everybody, 1, 2, 3!
Looks like shock.
We need an estimate 7 to 12 urinalysis, CBC, pulmonary artery catheter, and somebody change the combination of the lungs for God's sake. How much are we at?
$1,136.18. Don't overspend.
We don't want to overspend.
Throw in a urinalysis. And someone named you the daughter, for God's sake. It's free.
All right. Okay, I need those tests now.
What's the target?
Right away. Immediately. Stat.
Okay. No way! Dr. Green, let me get the test.
Okay, Carter.
All right, I need a CBC, I need a urine culture, a blood culture, a chest x-ray, and a new water.
Good for you, eh?
Carter, I need those tests.
God. I don't have time, just give me these ones here. Down there, Green!
Quick, come to it. Okay, the CBC, somebody read this to me.
All right, we got you ordered a CBC. Results are hematocrit 30, white blood cell count 20,000, lymphocytes 30%. Test was cheap, necessary for the evaluation. A good test to perform.
Yes! Pulmonary artery catheter.
mortality risk, and most importantly, it's free. The results are, the daughter, Linnell, is unavailable because she's moved to St. Louis, where she's currently starring in an adult circus act which involves a hot tub, lime green jello, various farm animals, and the world-famous Cotilliano twins.
So that's what you're doing.
This test is good to perform, and it's free.
Outstanding!
Wait a minute, what's this one?
Yes.
You have ordered an exercise tolerance test.
You did what?
If it were possible for this patient to exercise, it would carry a significant mortality risk. The cost of the test is $680. The results of the test are, the patient died. Medical student should probably contact his agent to find out if it's possible to start a new acting career on NYPD Blue. Great, Carter. Not only have you killed our patient, but you just overspent.
Dr. Green, I can't believe I made that mistake. I can't believe I overspent. A mistake like that, they're going to replace me with some Perry next year. Oh, Dr. Morgan, sir.
How are you? Good. I just want to say you're doing some strong work in the ER, strong work, but there are a few things we need to talk about. I realize you're trying to work on your professionalism, but I think you're overdoing it a little bit.
Okay, what do you mean?
Well, take for instance the last time you did a periocardioccentesis.
Yeah.
You used the 75mm short bevel 14ml syringe attached by the three-way stopcock to the 30ml bucket instead of the 16ml syringe.
So, I can't believe that. 60, I get those mixed up all the time.
And the last time you did a FemPop bypass, didn't quite go so well.
What do you mean? I
Well,
thought it went all right.
I'm not going to say it was a big mistake, but you did it on the arm and not the leg.
Oh, God. That hurts.
And I finally want to talk to you about your desire to get everybody to donate their livers.
Now, wait a minute. You know, and I know, and everyone else knows, liver donations are an important and necessary step to saving lives.
I agree with you there, Carter. The problem is you're trying to harvest these things while the people are still alive. Now, there's some ethical ramifications that go along with that.
Yeah, I see.
I think a high-level administrator is going to come down and talk to you later about that. But other than that, strong work, son. Strong
Thanks,
work.
Dr. Morgan, sir.
Doug, for the last time, I said no.
You're not currently seeing someone. Hey, why don't you go over to Hellenwood Hall? Sure, there'll be some nice girls over there who wouldn't mind going out with an arrogance.
Hey, Carol, relax. I don't see what the big deal is. And as for Hellenwood Hall, if you've ever been there, you know why they keep it so far from the hospital.
I know exactly what the big deal is. Besides, I'm not as flexible as I used to be. Quite frankly, that Batman thing's getting a little bit old.
Be that way, but I don't see what you see in Shep anyway. I mean, I'm the one who hangs out with Quentin Tarantino.
Coming through! Coming through! Hey, what do we got? You got a not so frisky feline found outside the MDLs in respiratory distress. We found cannulas in the carotid artery and saphenous vein. They appears to have been quite a struggle.
Quite a struggle. I'll say this cat's neck and hind leg area have been shaved. Whoever did this must really have a hatred for animals. This type of behavior should not go unreported.
Hey, look, he's wearing a name tag. It says, "My name is Socks. I like to cuddle up next to you on the couch, play with balls of yarn, and just be there when you need an unconditional friend to talk to." I once had a cat, but I lost him last November when I was on the 4th floor of the medical school, visiting that really nice farm professor. I gotta do something, Doug. His blood pressure's way down. He's tachycardic.
Okay, I'm gonna need a CBC, an ABC, NBC, ESPN, Playboy Channel stat. We're gonna need 50 milligrams IV push. Now, let's go.
We're losing him.
Hey, you must be new around here. What do you say we get that OBGYN guy?
Dr. Bear?
Yeah, lend us some videotapes. We'll go.
For God's sakes, Doug, do something.
All right, I have to go in. Mittens. Go, move it, Carol. Flea collar. Cat scratch vaccine. All right, you have to go in. Give me it's Garfield procedure. We need a field scalpel. All right, we need a Sylvester clamp. Tom sutures. I'm out of cat puns. I need let's tie up that artery here. Come on, let's move it.
Come on, we're losing him.
Come on.
No, come on, Socks, breathe! Breathe! Come on, you can do it! Land on your feet, fella! Come on, Socks!
Carol, sweetie, he's gone. It's over. Somebody know the time of death to be 10 after 9. 10 after 9, I'm starved. I get something to eat. I'm craving Chinese, and that new waitress, she is a babe. Anyone want to go with me?
Hey, wait a minute. There's a message under the cat's paw. It says, it appears to be left by the person who pulled this sick prank.
We beat that. I was strapped to the table, no control of my vagal, because of a man who toyed with my PVR. He seemed to be stable, yet was perfectly able to laugh as he fluctuated my HR. I broke free from the cable and fell from the table when suddenly I noticed the door was ajar. I struggled on the floor as I crawled to the door, wondering if I would get very far. There was a big clank, my tail felt a yank from a man who then gave me a spank. I returned from the bank, and as my heart sank, he stood over me with the coffee he drank. His stare was quite blank, and I must be very frank to say I felt I was walking the plank. His name wasn't Hank, now it's you that I thank for turning in the man they call Dr. Smith. Dr. Smith, I'll call the authorities.
You think you know somebody?
Well, I'm gonna go get a drink because I want to get a little sloshed. I'm gonna pick up the tab, pick up the bill tonight because I'm gonna really get tanked.
Hey, speaking of Dr. Chang, this is right, Dr. Chang. He's such a nice man. Oh, wait a minute, Doug. You still have a patient in exam room 3.
Man or woman?
Woman.
Hot?
Doug.
Is she hot? She married or
She's
single?
married, Doug.
Somebody else take care of it.
Mr. Carter.
Yeah?
I'm a high-level administrator.
Oh.
Chance to talk because there are a few things we need to address.
Okay, what kinds of things?
Well, the hospital feels it's necessary to ask you to stop taking patients on tours of the city on a Mercy helicopter.
Okay, see, I thought that would be a good way to build up rapport with the patients. That way I can talk them into letting Dr. Fenton do some risky procedures.
Well, it's a good idea. The problem is the pilot's getting a little antsy because you don't have a license, and the helicopter's starting to smell a little like a bedroom.
I mean, I can find another way to reach out to my patients.
There are a few other things, too. It's not necessary to insert a Foley catheter to remove an ingrown toenail. And angiography hasn't been added to the protocol for appendectomy yet. And although the sperm bank does appreciate all the new business, we don't think that's necessary to add that trip to the Boy Scout annual physical.
See that, but they were just such an eager group.
Finally, people have been upset at your desire to walk around naked wearing nothing but your white coat and making everybody address you as Dr. Conquistador.
God, so I get, that could be offensive. Do you think maybe Dr. Rowley would be better?
Much better.
Okay, great. You're on the way. I'm on my way to the X-ray room. Care to join me there?
Sure.
Who is that guy?
Next week on ER.